want to just be cute and just be noticed and seen and not necessarily do any dancing at all.
If I'm at a party and I see a female and they just standing there, I'll be like, what is you here for? You know what I'm saying?
Because you're there to dance.
Like, I know I'm there, you know,
to party.
do my thing, you know what I'm saying? And
I'm
like
18.
when females there and they ain't trying to do none of that, I be like, what is you here for? What is your purpose? You might as well just leave, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but when I'm at parties, I ain't there to cuff, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't I ain't worried about it.
But what about, and Matt, and let me hear from you. Did you want to add anything in terms of your perspective?
The major factors why girls dance like it, I think it's the rap music, because it puts this idea in girls' mind that if you playing a song like dance like this, then they gonna dance like that. They feel that they have to dance like that to impress the guy. Because if you take the music out of it, they can't dance like that to pop music or any other type of music. So it's really the music that puts them in that mindset.
And I agree with you. I think the music videos does have a lot to do with how girls and women alike are perceived in that industry, because in the music videos you oftentimes have the girls, they're dressed seductively, they're dancing seductively, and the guys are, all up on them, or they're all up on the guys, and I think that could influence girls to dance that way. What do you think about that, Maya? Do you think that's true?
I think, could you say that again?
No, what is your perception in terms of the music videos influencing girls to dance seductively to turn?
Yeah, because you see different, you hear stuff and it's just it goes with the song. Like when you do ballroom dancing or something, you'll do the ballroom dance that goes with the song, unless you aren't that skilled. But I think it's the same for twerking even, because if it's like a country song or something, you're not gonna twerk. If it's go and shake that A.B., I'm gonna throw this money or something like that, then you kind of go along with it.
Wow.
I mean, not that I dance.
I know, not that you dance, but I'm just saying that's the way a lot of young people.
It's just whatever. It's just you go with the flow.
And what were you gonna say?
Because I mean, like for instance, this weekend I'd been to 2 different parties. I had my prom Friday night, and I go to a predominantly white school, so they were playing pop type music, and the people there all they were doing were bouncing and.
Okay, and what type of dancing were you doing?
I mean, I went along with it. I did the random, quote unquote, white girl dances and all.
So
of
you
that.
can do a different type of dance other than twerking, because at first. I think you guys were like, oh, this is the only dance that.
It depends on what environment
exactly.
you're in.
Because then last night I was at a different party, and I mean, it was twerking, so we twerked.
Yeah. Okay. I got a snapshot of being involved in a teen party where I have seen girls actually on the ground.
It's grind work.
What is that?
That's literally dry sex.
That is dry sex.
Literally.
I was floored. I could not believe what I was seeing. How can a girl actually allow herself to be disrespected in that manner when she's laying on her back and allowing a guy we're talking about hundreds of people just
It's
spectators.
My thing with that though is you got girls say, well, I twerk and I do that. Like I say, I'm not against it. I mean, just speaking for the male population here, I'm not against, a girl doing what she wants to do. But at the same time, it's kind of like a cycle, because they do that stuff, and the next they want to make a Facebook that Negroes not this, they ain't no guys do this. But I mean, you can't be mad that you get treated the way you act. I mean, if you act promiscuous, then you're gonna be treated promiscuous. I mean, don't be mad when somebody say, well, when are we gonna have sex? I mean. If you act in that manner, if you get grind worked on, and then
even though they may not be that type of
right,
girl,
exactly, and
but they're projecting themselves
right, exactly.
in that way.
You could be the sweetest girl, but I mean, if you exhibiting behavior that promiscuous girl would do, then I don't see why people would be shocked. If they, get treated like that. I mean, one time I was driving down Jefferson, and these guys tried to get on these girls, and they were just like, hey, then they walked away. Next I look over, they gave them a little peep show, started bending over, shaking their butt in front of the car.
Girls.
Yeah.
Wow.
And somebody was like, that's why y'all get treated like sluts. So I mean, I don't know.
And what was going through your mind when you saw that?
And I'm just saying, it's like a cycle here, because you got girls who complain oh, guys always want to have sex. But I mean, you got to think about, sometimes instead of just saying, pointing the finger at other people, you got to say, well, maybe what am I doing that might trigger
To attract,
you know, to
absolutely.
attract the treatment I'm given that is given to me. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing.
And I want to ask the ladies, I mean, because I always say the same-sex parent has the most influence on the child. So that's mothers with their daughters and fathers with their sons. To me, what I see, usually if the relationship between a young girl and her mother isn't a good one,
Right.
oftentimes the girl will exhibit risky behavior. Not all girls, but a lot will. But if you have a strong relationship and bond with your mother where there's ongoing conversation and talking, and the mom is in the know in terms of, you know, all these different types of dances and different types of things that teens are engaged in, I'm finding that the teen girls will be less likely to engage in risky behaviors if they have a strong connection with their mother. What do you think about that from the ladies?
I think that's
Do you think there's
true.
a correlation?
Yeah, and it depends on the mother too, because some moms, they don't really care that much in terms of like, well, she's young, she's gonna do what she wants to do. Like, I have a lot of friends whose moms are just like, well, she's young, I was young, I understand how it is, they just want to have fun and all that. So
And that's a permissive type of mother, hands off, you know.
Yeah, so regardless of the relationship, they can have like a really good relationship with their mom, but
But that's a friendship. That's not a mother.
Right, exactly.
That's not a
You
mother-daughter.
gotta distinguish the two. A parent's supposed to be a parent, not your best friend.
Absolutely.
Well, my mom and I, like, we're kind of close. We've started to get closer since I'm.
But it hasn't always been close.
Yeah, but it hasn't always
Has not
been
always
like
been
that.
close.
But like, I don't go out and do whorish things or like present myself like a whore or anything like that, or like in a negative way. Even though we don't have that knit close relationship, and she's still like the parent. Like, at the end of the day, she still tells me like, I'm your mother, not your friend. So I kind of see the correlation, but not really.
It's interesting, and maybe not in your case, but, you know, growing up, you know, I have 3 sisters and myself. You know, my mom stressed, you are present yourself like ladies, you dress a certain way, because we were always taught that, you said it, you dress what you attract.
Exactly.
If you dress a certain way, then you're going to get a different type of attention. And so it was just instilled in our heads growing up that, okay, if you want to be a lady and act like a lady and attract a certain type of guy, then you have to hold yourself a certain type of way. I mean, that's the way, you know, we were taught. And my mom had those regular conversations. I don't see that happening. In your situation, may be a little bit different, but I see a lot of parents abdicating their responsibility as a parent. They're just, like Maya said, you know, hell, they're young, you can just be girls, there's no big deal. And these young girls may also not have father figures in the home. I think that could be another way, because if you don't have a father figure in the home, guess what? You know, the first knucklehead that's going to blow in your ear and that's going to give you that attention, the girls are all ready for them, because the first guy that they learn to love is their father. And if you don't have a father, guess what?
Yeah,
That guy
you look for the
becomes
wrong
that.
places.
Yeah, because females, they look for what they want in a man from their fathers.
A lot of
So,
times
like,
females do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, like, I mean, I think it's just human nature for girls to have, like, a need for that male energy. And without a father, if you don't have a good relationship with them, you still have that need. So it's just like, wherever you get it from, it's just like where you get it from, like, or who you get it from. That makes a difference, because I mean, there can be uncles and like father figures,
Absolutely.
and all that. But yeah, if you don't have that, I think that's where you have a problem.
And I want to address one other aspect of twerking, which is lap dances. It's like, where are these teens get? I mean, I was at a teen party, and I was actually chaperoning at a teen party. And I'm seeing the guys laying up against the wall while the girls are just freaking them, and they're sitting in a chair and they're on their. I'm like, where are these kids getting this stuff?
You watch
Television.
TV, Miss High?
I do, but it's like, where, I mean, what television shows, I mean, are
All
these
over
kids looking at?
TV.
What are you guys looking at?
Watch reality TV,
Music.
Yeah, it's a
music
song called
videos.
Lap Dance.
Oh,
There is?
Yeah, by Tiger.
Okay, so there's a song. And what's going on in this music video? The girl is
It's
giving
like
the guy the
he
lap
in a
dance.
strip club, and like it's like females all over. You know, they be crawling on the top of the bar and junk like that. You know, it's a lot going on.
And
in
you
the video.
smiling as you say it.
I mean, cause I ain't really got no problem with it. If I go to a party and I go get a lap dance if a female, they trying to get down. You know what I'm saying?
Does it usually go on to the next level where it's actually sex?
Nah.
You say no?
No, not really. Not
Depends on if you get their number or not.
You get numbers?
I mean, it depends if you do. I mean, if you